Yes, good afternoon, fight fans. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK, and we are live for Mr. Neutral Meets Hamzah Butt here on Red Corner Boxing. But before we get into that, we are proudly sponsored by easystorage.com. For all your local and nationwide storage needs, go to them, get 25% off. And also, Octagon Blog is our new sponsor here on Red Corner Boxing. Please check out him on X. He does wonderful jackets. Look at that from Red Corner Boxing. It's been specially made. I'll be picking that up at Wembley for the Usyk and Dubois fight there. Right, Hamzah Butt, welcome to the show, mate. You're from Southend.
Yeah.
You're a professional boxer with 4-0-0 on your record. Tell us how you got into boxing. Now, if my math is right here, you did your professional debut at 24, 25, is that correct?
Yeah.
So how did you get into boxing? What, I would consider, did you have an amateur career before that?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me on. Pleasure to be here. I got into boxing. It's not like your conventional story. I'll try to give you the short version of it. So mum and dad, they were born, they weren't born over here. So mum was born in Pakistan. Dad was born over in Tanzania. They came over here when they were children. Didn't speak English, as you can imagine. They had it pretty tough being in like secondary school. And they just sort of focused on like education is like the most important thing, as you can imagine, like, Asian and African parents. And so I always had like a tutor after school. I was a bit of a nerd. And it weren't until like year 8 I went to school, and everyone's talking about how they've been to Disneyland or they went to Spain or Portugal, this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I thought that was in the movies. Like I thought like holidays for like were like, that's like a different world. That's like a luxury that I'd never heard of. And there was this lad that boxed, and he boxed in Southend at Lifton's Boys Club. That's where I started. But he went to New York, and I tweeted him and I said, like, how did you go there? And he was basically just like, I'm really good at boxing, so I went over there. So I thought, I just had this idea that if I can get good at boxing, I can go on holiday too. And then I just begged my parents to take me down there. They said no. And then my dad took me on the sly. And then I just, I had to lose a load of weight because I was fat. I had to lose a load of weight to get carded. Had my first fight, won that, and then just kept on training, kept on winning. And here I am.
Absolutely. I mean, when you got your first taste of a fight in the ring, how excited was that? Was that adrenaline pumping when you won that fight and that?
Yeah.
Decided to yourself, that's it. This is what I want to do.
Yeah, it was just, it was crazy. I remember being really, really. I think anyone who says they weren't nervous, they're lying. I was really, really nervous, and but yeah, I just remember that feeling. Like all my mates come down and watched. The same lad that I'd messaged on Twitter was fighting on the. It was a home show, and it was like a sense of like achievement, I guess. Like I was like, I did the thing that I said I was going to do, and I do that even today. That's just how I am. I like to do the things. That's how I'm going to do, and it makes me feel good.
Now, afterwards, how long was it until mum come on board for you, to give you that 100% support network?
She came to my last fight at Stamford Bridge. My dad's, by the way, my dad's a diehard Chelsea fan. He kept calling it the Bridge. Like, it was hilarious. She still to this day, like, she'll watch my fights like this. Like, she'll be asking my dad, like, she'll be like, how's he doing? How's he doing?
How's he doing?
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
She hates watching me fight.
Excellent. Right. Well, let's get back to where you actually started professionally. Now, you made your debut 17th of June 2023 against Fons Alexander over 4 rounds. Now, I went over that fight. Obviously, when your manager Oren emailed me, so I felt, right, who's Hamzah Butt? Because at 4-0-0, only the small hole shows would have seen you at this point. So I asked a friend of mine about you. He'd seen you there, and when I watched that back, man, I've got to ask you, who are your influences? Because I can see a couple in you.
Yeah.
The more I read about you, the more it started to make sense. So tell the fans, what styles did you adopt, or did you?
It'd be actually, do you know what? I know I can't really throw it back. It'd be interesting to hear what you've actually got to say. Actually, I'd love to hear what you saw. Actually, if I could throw
Right,
that
I'll
back.
tell you what I saw. I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a stalker hunter in you,
Yeah.
right? I seen a bit of Amir Khan in you.
Okay.
I seen a bit of Roberto Duran in you, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, yeah. I'll take that.
And
I'm massively
I
for that.
seen a bit of Chris Eubanks Senior in you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't. Okay. All right.
Right, you go and watch any Chris Eubanks Senior fight, mate, and it's
Yeah.
you all over the way you
Okay.
stop. Right,
Yeah.
very impressive. Obviously frustrating for you not to get your man out, which
Yeah.
was evident from round one. He
Yeah.
was in trouble, you know. So, what lessons did you tell yourself about, that fight? How you should have got him out there? You should have got him out there, but he's a tough lad,
Yeah. Yeah.
and according to his, it's not, he didn't have the best of records, but he hadn't been knocked out that many times
No.
in
No.
all
No.
them fights. So,
Yeah.
he done well to last in there. So tell me what you thought to yourself afterwards, right? What am I going to do next time I meet this
Yeah.
fellow?
Yeah. Do you know? It's funny because on the night you get so tense and you get so well, it's your professional debut. It's sort of like you're back to square one almost. It's like almost like that first fight feeling.
Yeah,
And I remember Billy said to me, just stay calm in there. Don't go looking for it. Don't start hunting and stalking, which is funny that you say that because I think I just naturally do it. But I am sort of like trying to think, like I don't want to make some sort of silly little mistake. I need to stay composed, stay calm, stay relaxed in there, and just move and react and just stay. Yeah, yeah. So it was obviously frustrating to not get him out of there. But Fons Alexander, by the way, credit to him, he is a really, really, really tough guy.
yeah,
He got a win recently, actually.
good on him.
Yeah, he got a win really recently, which I was really happy for him. Actually, he's a great fella. Actually, really nice guy. I spoke to him loads afterwards. But yeah, really frustrating to not get him out of there. I think there was a few times where I think I could have, but the lack of experience obviously just prevented.
Yeah. Obviously, you only had 4 rounds as well.
Yeah,
It's not as easy as it sounds to get somebody out in 4 rounds, but you've had three other fights since.
yeah,
In the 2 years up until now. We mentioned before off air that you've got a couple of things lined up for 2025. Can you just tell us about that?
yeah. So I would have liked to have got out hopefully sooner rather than later, but I don't think we're going to get out till September now,
Okay.
and then again before Christmas. I'm in some talks at the minute with a few promoters, so hopefully just waiting to hear back now.
Excellent. Now, I've got to ask you about your ambitions.
Yeah.
Did you see the Turkey I'll Shake piece that he put out? Saying he was looking for hungry boxers to put out on his shows. Have you
Yeah.
done? Have you done that? Because
He's
I
done
think
the Grand Prix thing. Is this
yeah.
that? Yeah. No, I
Are you
haven't.
at you're still under the age limit, aren't you? Or are you a year
Honestly,
older than?
I haven't actually read up on it too much. I didn't.
All right.
Do you wanna give me the quick little lowdown?
Yeah, Turkey Al Sheikh's looking for hungry boxers, and not necessarily part of the WBC Grand Prix series, but for his shows, that he's going to be putting on in 2025, 26.
Yeah,
Many boxers have been thrown in there, the either the clips of their fights or the shadow boxing, etc., etc. I
yeah.
advise you to do the same because
Okay,
you
yeah.
know he and your team, because there's nothing to lose there. But is Saudi Arabia a Riyadh season card the ultimate ambition for Hamzah Butt?
It's funny that, isn't it? Because it's this such a new thing, but it's sort of become like the new mecca of boxing, which is funny because it is actually mecca.
Absolutely.
But uh, it is. I think if back in the day it would have been like, oh, I want to fight in Vegas. and this is sort of become the new. This is sort of like become the new, but because it's so new, it's not really called that yet. Would I love to fight out in Saudi? Yeah, of course I would. I mean, I had the opportunity to box at the O2 in my third professional fight, which was amazing. It was that was a huge dream of mine. When you look at like what I want to accomplish, I remember I was still an amateur. I was working up in London. I'd get the train home, and I'd be waiting at West Ham station for just changing over to go on the overground. I could just see the O2. I just see it every evening, Monday to Friday. And I used to say, I'm going to fight there one day. And then to do it was like next level. Like, it was it makes my hair stand up. And the fight at the Stamford Bridge, that was another one. That was a huge one. When I told my dad the news of that, I was like, Dad, I'm fighting at Stamford Bridge. He was just like, no. He was like, no. And by the way, my dad, right, he'll always love to like have a little bit of a moan and a poke about when he's got to travel up to York Hall or he's got to travel up to the O2, this and that. Not one word. Stamford Bridge is a hard one to get to as well. And he was like, not one word. He was like, yeah, I'm going. so I would love to fight it. Yeah, I would have loved. I'd love.
That must have been. Must have been a very proud moment for your father there as well.
Massively, yeah. I think the reason I got into boxing was because I wanted to travel a little bit, and I guess I wanted. There's that element of that's sort of like almost more important to me. Like, would I love to fight in Saudi? Yeah, would I like to fight out in Vegas? Absolutely. Everywhere, Europe. Yeah.
So you want the career, you want the full caboodle.
Yeah.
Well, that brings me on to my next point about you are going to be British champion one day, aren't you, Hamzah?
That's the belt that I think is the prettiest belt. Yeah,
absolutely. It's beautiful belt.
Gold, white, red, blue.
You know, from what I'll tell you now, I've got a knack, right, Hamzah? I'm not bigging myself up, but I've got a knack, right? Many people tell you when I see a boxer, I can see a success route, I can see a path, and you, with what you've got, man, you the world's your oyster. But I want to take you to you yourself. What does Hamzah Butt do when he's not boxing, when he's not training? Excuse me.
Sleeping, probably eating.
Eat, sleep, work, repeat.
Eat, sleep, yeah. Repeat, yeah.
I get it. I mean, you must have other hobbies, something like that. Or is it just boxing just you up?
Stuff that helps me switch off, you mean?
Yeah.
I enjoy reading. I enjoy working on my car, driving.
What you got?
I've got an M4 at the moment.
Oh, beautiful.
Which is lovely. Yeah, I don't know. I little things. I enjoy little things. Taking the dog out for a walk. Just not much. Not much really. Actually, I'm quite boring. I'd rather you didn't ask me that.
Well, we like to get a personal view, of the boxer. It gives the fans, a little bit of a rounded, view of you. But listen, great. We'll getting back to your boxing. We won't keep you very long. But
that's right.
I want to ask you about what you're going to do when you do become British champion. Are you any good at trash talking?
See, people have told me I need to do more of this, actually.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. We'll find out.
I mean, is there anybody in sight right now for you? Do you, I mean, it's be rude not to ask. Is there any beef going on in the boxing world with Hamzah Butt?
Not really, no. Not yet. We don't know. Let's get fight number 5 out of the way, and then we can start mouthing off. You know what I mean? Looking for nice juicy fights.
Absolutely. SWS boxing.
5-0 before we can start challenging for stuff. So let's do that. And then
exactly. I need to see you start calling folks out when you do that, mate. And we will be watching. And many others as well. SWS Boxing says, was good meeting you in your last fight at Stamford Bridge. Are you planning a rescheduled fight versus Alfie Winter? Yeah, you met young Sam.
I met young Sam. I don't know about the Alfie Winter reschedule. I know he's got a lot on his plate at the minute. I said this when the fight was originally scheduled. I really like Alfie. I think he suffered an injury. I can't remember if it was to his hand or something. But yeah, mate, I was literally the first person to voice note him, just wished him a speedy recovery. Who knows? Who knows? I do know that he's got probably a lot going on at the moment. So just waiting. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Hamzah Butt, thank you for coming on Red Corner Boxing and talking about your life, your career, where you're going to go next, right? We wish you all the very best. And remember, no mercy in that ring. No mercy. You are going to go far, and we will be watching with a very, very much interest. My name is Mr. Neutral. I have just met Hamzah Butt. We've had a coffee. Right. Thank you for coming along. This program was sponsored by by EasyStorage.com for all your local nationwide needs. And also Octagon Blog for some wonderful jackets going on X. Check him out. Contact him yourself. Get yourself a price list. And yeah, we'll give you a little discount on that. But beware, this is Louis Vuitton standard gear. Put that up again, please, Jams, that jacket, that bomber jacket. That is Louis Vuitton gear, made at the same factory. We don't do cheap here, right, guys? So if you want one, it's going to cost you hundreds of pounds. So just contact us if you're rich. Other than that, Hamzah Butt, thank you very much. We will be watching. We wish you, your team, and thank you for Oren Donnelly for contacting us and giving us this interview with you. We wish you all the best. This is Mr. Neutral. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.